dive into what tools to use to align marketing and sales. And after watching this video, you'll know more about the common challenges when it comes to tools, how you can solve them, but then also how to best use marketing automation versus personalization. And there can be a few challenges to this topic as well. One, for example, being what tools you should choose or what CRM system or marketing automation system to be a bit more precise. And that really depends, because marketing and sales can both work together in one system or they can use two systems. So once again, it depends on what would be best for your company. But keep in mind that if you use two systems, then the integration is another potential challenge. So it would need to be set up and maintained correctly so that the data is actually valid. Another important point is the lead quality aspect. How can that be assessed, and how is it documented as well? And that actually then goes back to the feedback loop in between marketing and sales that we spoke about earlier already. What is also really important is the marketing automation part, but then also when to use personalization, because of course marketing automation is here to make your life easier, to save you some time. But everyone knows in today's world, both marketing and sales should be and needs to be super personalized. So how can you combine those two areas the best? And there's one big key benefit to this, and that is that you will save your teams, both marketing and sales, a lot of time with having the right setup in place and the right tools, because they will then have more time to focus on the tasks that really matter and are valuable for your business. And one very big example here is that they are then actually focusing more on actual conversations or interactions with prospects, but also customers. And that will overall improve the customer experience throughout the full funnel. So the first solution here is the CRM implementation, and you might know of both systems in the B2B world. That's either HubSpot or Sales. I would say these are like the main systems or CRM tools that are used as of now, and both can actually be used for either marketing or sales, so both functions, or they can be used together, so HubSpot for marketing and then Salesforce for sales purposes. And both setups are fine, but if you have both systems in place, you really need to make sure that you have, first of all, system owners in place that are responsible for the systems, and make sure that the data is reliable, but also make sure that the integration in between the systems is set up correctly and functioning. And speaking of data, if the data is actually not reliable, or you might feel that you're missing out on something, then a CRM audit might actually be needed. And overall, with this CRM implementation discussion, really try to include both teams once again, because everyone could really have valuable feedback here that you don't want to miss out on. And the second solution here is assessing lead quality. So ask yourself and your team members, are we having the same definitions around leads, MQLs and SQLs, for example, where MQL stands for marketing qualified lead and SQL stands for sales qualified lead. And I would recommend to actually, if this is not set yet, that you maybe set up a team workshop together, once again involving the relevant people, but really debating around this, because there's HubSpot, for example, they have some definitions around lead or MQLs or SQLs, but it does not necessarily mean that that's right for you. So you can absolutely align within your company, but then it really needs to be the same for both marketing and sales. And the third solution here is automation versus personalization. So if you think about HubSpot, for example, that includes a marketing automation part, and that is here for a reason. Marketing automation should be used in order to save you some time and let you focus once again on the tasks that matter more for your business. But then, for example, when it comes to email marketing, nowadays I do believe that most people either know or suspect that marketing automation is used while doing email marketing. So my suggestion, and what I actually go really well with, is that just don't try to hide it. Like, try to make the most of marketing automation, but be still personalized in that email, and just be open about it, because I think then people will appreciate, first of all, your honesty, and then if you still manage to give them enough personalization so they actually care about the content in that email, then they're much more likely to engage, and that's what you want to reach. So a tip here from my side maybe is that I always try to put myself into the shoes of my audience when writing an email, And then I'm asking myself, well, would I engage to this email, or would I even read it or even open it? And if that's a no, then no, I'll go back to the drawing board instead. And in conclusion, this video has talked about the tools you need for marketing and sales alignment. So if you have a proper CRM setup in place, transparent data, and just the right balance in between marketing automation and personalization, then the next part around dual marketing sales strategies and performance insights will become a whole lot easier. And we'll talk about that in the upcoming videos.